Hi everybody, I'm doing a pre-recorded demo of showing you how to use the gouache at a very thick consistency, like if you were painting with oil paint in a direct method, rather than indirect, which is transparent layers. So I'm experimenting with these oil acrylic brushes, and they worked fine during the demo that I started in my class, and I'm going to finish it. I have my washcloth to dry off my brushes rather than paper towel. I have my watercolor palette. It's clean for fresh paint to make that thick, fresh gouache mixture, because you can't get this thick consistency with it being, it can't be rehydrated. You have to put out new. I have my 2 cups of water. So I'm working from a photo reference, and this is for the people that were part of my class that I want to continue and make it into a pre-recorded demo. So you have the photo reference already. I sent it to your email that last Thursday. So I'm going to put out some Davies gray. I'm going to put out some magenta. I'm changing the colors in the picture to more cools and neutrals rather than the warms and the greens that's in the reference photo, because I don't particularly care for it. I'm putting out some cadmium red purple. The brand is Holbein. I'm going to put out some peach black too. Now you can, typically you put your paint in the small wells. These are called wells. These are smaller wells and these are bigger wells. You use these areas for mixture, but it's my palette and I can do what I want. So I'm choosing to put it here rather than the small wells. I'm going to put out some cadmium orange too. See if I could pull out this cobalt. Ooh, no, I can't. Okay, well that needs thrown out. I'm gonna put out some. Well, I have ivory. I have a peach black out, so I'm gonna try this phthalo blue yellow shade. And alizarin crimson. White for all painting is the color you're going to use the most. So put out a big old glob of that. I'm going to pour out my Terra Verde. And I'm going to put out some raw umber, and that's what I'm going to start with. See if it's still recording. Good, it is. Okay, so I'm looking at the reference photo on my laptop. I'm standing while painting. When you're working from a photo reference, it's not bad to do that compared to when you're working from life. You have to make the decision for perspective if you're going to stand or if you're going to sit from start to finish of your painting. So again, like I always talk about, for water control, dip only the tip of your brush in water, which I just did. And I'm going to go back to those greens. So I'm going to take some of this phthalo yellow shade, and let's see if you can't see that. So I'm going to prop it up so you can see. So I took some phthalo yellow shade and I put it there. Then I'm going to take some of this Terra Verde and I'm going to mix the two. And then, I think I just might dab into that raw umber. And then I'm going to take some Terra Verde again. And I'm going to take some of that phthalo blue yellow shade and I'm just going to mix it all together. Now, this is pretty thick and creamy, which is what we want. So now I loaded my brush And there's that planer application, and I can model my brush stroke if I don't want to show the white of the paper coming through. And then if I want to lighten that green some, I can put some white in there, which I just did. Oop, sorry about that. Go like that. So you can see the paint's pretty thick. So I'm just doing mostly like the planer application. I'm glancing at the reference photo, but I'm interpreting it. I don't want it to be the same. You know, I'm not interested in realism. I'm not interested in hyperrealism. I just want to use the photo as a springboard. I don't want to be attached to what I'm referencing. Sorry, I got some color on me. Oh no, get rid of that. So anyways, so you all know what planar and linear is. I've been talking about it for a while. So thinking about your direction of your brush stroke. So there, what if you want to leave some of the white of the space as well? You don't want all your brush strokes to be the same length and also going the same direction. It doesn't describe space really well. I'm looking at like, oh, do I like this rhythm or do I not like it? And I don't like it, so I'm going to put some of that green over there. See, I like that texture, so that's okay to leave that like that. I'm going to take some of this peach black and I'm going to mix it in here a bit too. So see how many different greens I have. And again, it's still thick. So my goal is to continue blocking everything in and then go further into the painting. Now see, I like what I did there. I like that. Then You know, don't always feel precious with your paintings, like you have to keep with what you had. Like, I do like those colors. I'm going to also work with my less dominant hand. I'm naturally right-handed, but I'm going to try working with my left hand. And yeah, I really like using my left dominant hand. It has like a different feeling and touch on the surface. I don't want to block all the way up at the top. It's just, I don't like that. I want to leave the white space. It's just, if you, gouache is already a flat medium. So if you place it everywhere and the brush stroke the same direction, you're just reinforcing that flatness, which I don't like. We want to change it. I feel like putting like that there, that line. Okay, so I'm dipping the tip in case we can't see what I'm doing. Oh, I like that there. Line there. Now I worked with my right hand there, but here I'm going to alternate back to my left. Okay, so take some of that Terra Verde, some of that Davies Gray. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So there it's thick. And then I'm just going to go in there. See, I like this rhythm up at the top, and see, I'm looking at that, and I like how it's more open, so it has like a balance. Alternated back to my dominant hand. And I think I'm going to take some of this color. I also I like that. I'm going to take some of that color and that color. Go like that. Doing some longer brush strokes. Again, if you don't like the white, with the paper showing through. And that's just not saying it's transparent. It's obviously opaque. It's just my brush wasn't fully loaded. Okay, now I'm going to take some of that raw umber. I'm going to take some of the peach black and that magenta and a little bit of water. And just go in here. Other thing is thinking about like the color, like trying to unify, but again, you don't want all the color in the same place too. Mm. Sometimes too, like now I'm looking at the bottom and I gotta pay attention to the bottom because so far this is going all right. But now I need to look at this upside down. Let's see if you can see that more in the frame. Okay, so again, I like that color and then I need a little more green. Okay, going like that. I like that. I'm always like looking if like from top to bottom and seeing like, oh, do I like that shape? And I'm like, oh, I do. Okay, so then flip it, rotate it again up here. And I like that little moment, but I might slightly smooth that out there. Yeah. And I'm gonna put out some more Davies gray. I like that color a lot. And so take some of that blue, take some of that Davies gray color. Maybe a little bit of that color too. Oop, more of this then. And just I kind of like that now. Okay. Mm. Um, so then again, flip it, even flip it this way. But you have to be careful of that. That might, and then linear, I'm fine with that. Okay. And then flip it this way. Oop, I didn't want that. That's okay. Let's see, I can fix it. Clean brush, water, chisel, 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 chisel. Clean side of my washcloth, dab, dab, dab. Let it dry again. Ooh, that got on there. I didn't want that. Do it again. Chisel, chisel. Right? Again, clean area. There, it's gone. That's how you erase. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to have this shape like that. I just don't like that. So, let's see. I also feel like this is a little too blocky of the same color. So I think go into it. But see, that's a little obvious, so don't want that either. That doesn't look that great. See, I like that made a difference. I think because there's some purple in here and then over here as well. Maybe I want to, let's see how that. I like that. Okay. I'm going to leave that like that. And the next thing is I would want to put some darks in here and I want to fill out some of the other birds. You don't want it to be obvious either. I like that. Okay. See how that looks. Yeah, I like that better. Well, I'm gonna come back in and do the birds another time, but I showed you how to make the gouache thicker, and I talked about composition. I talked about rotating and seeing at different perspectives, um, alternating your hand, thinking about rhythm and harmony and color, shape, and the overall bigger shape too. All right. Thank you so much.